was not a great game against the Los Angeles Lakers. Cavs kind of let one get away. Darius Garland, really good young point guard. Talking about that loss to the Lakers and the takeaways from it.
We get another shot at it Thursday. Come in with better detail, better plan overall. Just on the defensive scheme. Like Mark said, we got to be more physical. They got in our paint the entire game and got whatever they want, easy buckets, and got to get back in transition. And that was the game, I believe. So, yeah, just go to the next game. Got the big one Thursday and just handle business.
Let's welcome in Sam Amico from hoopswire.com. And Sam, this is the reason that you play, to get to games like this. This should have a playoff atmosphere for the Cavs.
Well, you'd certainly think so, simply because of, the records with the Cavs being a game ahead of the Raptors in the standings, really only behind a game behind the Chicago Bulls, too. So there's a lot of playoff positioning and jostling going on right now. You don't want to put too much into this because you're still going to have some games to play afterwards. But at the same time, if you can win this game and you're the Cavaliers, then you give yourself a 2-game lead over the Raptors for the 6th spot, as well as a tiebreaker. So that kind of gives you a 3-game lead, and that has you feeling really good. It'd be a nice statement win for a Cavs team that, wants to avoid the play-in tournament. And the way to do that is to make every game starting now kind of the play-in tournament.
And again, let's see. We keep talking about lessons learned. This is one of the first times where you can kind of put those lessons to work. This is the game. If you're the Cavs and somebody would have told you at the beginning of the year, 10 games left in this season, you're going to be in the 6th spot and you're going to have to fight your way to stay there, you'd have taken it, wouldn't you have?
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the season, they probably would have taken the play-in tournament, and hopefully that's not where they're going to end up in the play-in tournament, because now they've kind of gotten the expectations and the hopes a little bit higher. So, you want to kind of keep riding this wave, but that's a good perspective, Dave, in that you'd have to remember at the beginning of the year, this is a team that most people thought might win 30 games. Well, here they are now, playing for, really, they could probably get as high as 5th. I don't think they'd go any higher than 5th, but, depending on what Chicago does and depending on what Toronto does, really doesn't matter if you're the Cavs. If you take care of business, and oh, by the way, your next 2 games are against Toronto and Chicago. So, these are games that have a playoff atmosphere, and it's been mostly an up season. Yeah, you want to say up and down. It's been mostly up for the Cavs. So you just want to keep riding this to the most important part of the year with just a few games to go, a handful, it feels like.